One of my videos I had made earlier, right, was about how come people are complaining about famine in the world. They're complaining about, the mosque that just got hit up in Pakistan, the rumors of wars, famine, and they're talking about all the diseases in Africa, and they like running their mouths about a whole bunch of bullshit. What I want to tell you is the Bible clearly tells you that the enemy came to kill, steal, and destroy. Right? So if the enemy came to kill, steal, and destroy, what does that mean? That means he's not going to be honest with you. He's not going to tell you anything truthful. He doesn't want the best for you. He doesn't want you to know the truth. He wants you to be a debt slave. And that's what 90% of the people in America are. So when you realize that the Most High said he's a jealous God, you should not have any gods before him, right? That means that he's not a God, he's supreme. You should not have any false idols or gods before him, right? In his presence. So when he says that, and then you go and you carve an image out of stone, out of wood, out of gold, out of silver, and you begin to worship this false idol, and you begin to thank this material which was created by the Most High, right? Because he made all the materials, all these false idols that they've made. He's created the material that they made it out of. So it's the most asinine, contradicting, hypocrisy, hypocritic thing I could ever, it's unfathomable, right? So you got these people creating images out of material that the Most High made, praying to them, thanking them for water, for sunlight, for food, for fish, fertility, for love, all of these things, right? Which were created by the Most High. And then the Most High says, I've had enough. And then he casts you out to different lands. He breaks the language. Not only does he break the language, but some of you guys have habits or certain types of genealogies about you, right? That make things difficult, right? So we can call it a curse, right? And so then you may have certain situations where certain lands are rich and wealthy and resources and minerals, and some aren't, right? And then let's speed it up to modern days, right? So then you have people complaining about, oh, this land doesn't have this, and this is rich for that, and that is this for this, and why these people don't have that, and why these people going through this, and where's God when you need him here, or where's God? And what you don't understand is, he told you, don't serve any false gods. Don't be around me. He says, don't be around me worshiping these idols. He told you that, I'm the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. So that means that if you're going around here and you think that this carven image that you made is going to be your God, then you have to suffer the sacrifices that comes with that. That may means poverty, illness, sickness, famine, right? But this what comes with you being disobedient. So I don't feel bad for these countries in poverty. I don't feel bad for the famine, and I don't feel bad for all these wicked people going through this shit, because you guys are serving and chanting to false idols. You're creating stone engraved images, which you were told not to do. So if you were told not to do this and you did it, and the consequences was that AIDS or through the enemy, right? Because a lot of these people are being killed by their own compadres, right? So America's like one of the top killers through all of this stuff, right? A lot of killings go through America. They come from the elites, issued through America, and they're dispersed to the different countries, right? They use the military system of America to do the dirty work for everyone else, right? And so you can't complain about Africa and famine, or Pakistan and wars and Iran, because you guys are serving and praying to gods that don't exist. Well, Satan. So then, Satan's going to turn on his own. Satan is no respecter of person, like the Most High isn't. Means that he only comes to kill, steal, and destroy. He will use you up, and he will throw you away. And people have a hard time believing that that's the real situation. But they serve Satan. They'll put up the devil horns. They know he exists, but then they'll cry about their mother having cancer. They'll cry about them going through illnesses, or they cry about bankruptcy. No, you guys can't serve Satan one moment and then your mother dies of cancer, you got cancer, you got this and that. No, deal with it. This is what you signed up for. This is what happens when you don't serve the true and living Messiah. This is what happens when you think you can play both sides. This is what happens when you think you can out-slick and play the devil. You're going to be falling first, flat on your face. This is what happens. History has proven every leader, every dictatorship, every kingdom has fallen, right? Every kingdom has fallen. That's why they're trying to build this one now. This one's going to fall. If it's not rooted in honesty, purity, if it's not rooted in the will and grace of the Most High, it will never succeed. All right? The only reason why you have this program that succeeds with people is because these people are sold out. They don't have anything to live for, guys. The guy who drives up and down your street, flies a plane, trains, your neighbor who walks a dog in the red car, they have nothing to live for. All they have is what they can get on earth. After they leave this earthly body, that's it for them. So it's kind of like you got to get all you can get while you can. And that's what these people have. They've already given themselves to the beast. Their children are owned by the state and the government. They're property of the state and government, right? They know that any little thing they say or do, they'll be in jail. You understand? These people work with one another. They know the rules. So they know if they step out of line, it's over for them. Their family is going to be targeted. And see, the situation is, right, what you have now is you have some targets who are part of the hive mind system. They bucked up against the system, and now they want help. But they're not covered in the blood of the Most High because they were a part of that system. It just so happened that the system turned on them individually, and now they want to cry for help. But you weren't crying for help when you were assisting in the suicides, in the pedophilia, in the distress, in the strife, in the manipulation of your fellow quote unquote Americans. So you have to deal with it. So that's why I say in one of my videos, there's two types of targets. There's the earth and there's the spiritual. I mean, people are definitely targeted for different reasons. So, shalom.